Greetings, I'm Solidus-Skully, and welcome to my creepy basement, by which I mean the experiment room. Yep, behind the bloody door and into the morgue, we find, well, it seems to be a place where not only Bertram Wildberger was conducting experiments, but it seems William had discovered his father's place here. Also, there's a lot of spooky, scary skeletons indicating that there's been trouble in this creepy basement here where the skeleton seems to have died. Although, I mean, when we look back at everything, he's probably been dead long before that. But in the meantime, we gotta deal with clawfingers. Haven't seen them in a while. And this operating table makes for a great bracing point so that they can't attack us. But yeah, this is pretty much where the plot begins to kick into overdrive as we, well, yeah, we're gonna be meeting somebody new, and by meeting somebody new, I mean somebody alive. Or are we? Yes, we will. But it's pretty much our next major player of the game is gonna be making their appearance, and well, I mean, before we meet them, it does actually lead to a bit of a creepy plot point. At least in the sense of, something that I don't think, like, you know, had Tormented Souls been released around, like, 2005 or whatever, that they would have gotten away with, because, well, whew, it's a bit extreme. Well, for some people anyway. But we'll get to that when we get to that, but in the meantime, it seems somebody was buried here. Could this be the final resting place of an old friend? Well, we'll never know, but, yeah, it's here where William discovered his dad's laboratory, and this is pretty much where he conducted all the experiments on some of his patients, in order to find a cure for his budding wife. And, yeah, I think you can tell the reason why his hospital was losing funding as well as a lot of its patients, and of course transferring over to the new hospital. There is a bit more of a sinister reason going on, but let's just say at this point in his life, William Wildberger was a man on the edge. But again, part of the reason why his experiments were failing is that in his effort to find a cure, well, they pretty much turned monstrous and dissolved into a pool of blood. So, he pretty much has to return to the galley and start again. I wonder if he ever did perfect that cure. Maybe we'll find out for ourselves. But, yeah, this is also gonna revolve some more shenanigans that, well, I mean, it's a part of the game's plot that might get things a little bit more screwy, but in the meantime, we have a puzzle. Well, sort of. It doesn't matter which one of those buttons you press, like, the skeleton pretty much collapses anyway. So, yeah, nothing to worry about, even though there was a message there inscribed by dust, but whatever. I'm sure it's nothing we need to worry about. Further into the creepy basement. Long hallways. That was actually a really good shot, by the way. I kind of enjoyed that. And now as we examine one of the cells, well, first of all, we take care of the pufferfish, because Jesus Christ, especially in close quarters like this, that gave me a bit of a fright and took away a good chunk of my health. And, well, left me a bit of a surprise in my undies the first time I played the game. There we go, that's the ticker, and that'll show you for scaring the bloody pants off of me. But yeah, it's here where we, yeah, there's a skeleton in there. A very small one. Yeah. Dead children. That's, you know, it's kind of weird, actually, because, I mean, I can only name, like, a handful of games where you, like, legitimately uncensored see, like, dead children. Like, I mean, the only ones I can really think of dead offhand is, Silent Hill, Homecoming, you know, there's, Heavy Rain, Tormented Souls is obviously another one, and, what was the third one I was thinking of? I forgot. Oh, LA Noire, that was it, during some of the arson cases. Yeah, I mean, you really fucking see dead kids in video games, and, ugh. Well, I mean, considering the fact that there was only 2 young children in the game, yeah, one of them died in that cell, which is, fucking disturbing as hell. But we seem to have found a videotape, so off to the VHS place we go, which does involve a little bit of editing, actually. Like, I mean, I initially went back to the, recording studio just to save, you know, on the tape decks. But yeah, apart from that, it's pretty much just gonna be cutting ahead slightly just so we can run up the hallways and go back to the VHS player. Yeah, gotta say, I really do like the music actually for the experiment room. Or the experiment room slash morgue. Like, I don't know, just its gradual build-up is just very eerie and intense, and whew, the howling wolf, it makes me smile. Ah, the main hall. Safety and peace. I bring you peace and love. And yeah, this is a point where the editing happens and you'll find out with a very obvious, not even hidden transition. Yes, indeedy, I am truly the edit master. So, more traversing, more saving, more loading. And now what the fuck are we doing? Oh yeah, that's right, we're going to be getting into some very bizarro shenanigans, because again we have a videotape that was marked in the year 1980, and since we seem to have some mirror dimension qualities going on, could this mean we will tap into our inner Last Action hero? Whereas the Arnold of the Schwarzenegger when you need him, or whoever played that kid who was his comedy sidekick in that game? Well, we won't know, but yes, we have a link to the experiment room from 10 years ago. Actually no, it'll be 14 years ago. So yes, Caroline is indeed tapping into her inner Last Action hero. Last Action heroine? Might be a title for this part unless I think of something better or a bit more of a fitting title. But yeah, we're back in the experiment room, and no, there aren't really any horror shenanigans to be seen in here. It's pretty much a closed-off sort of set piece. But again, there are still puzzles to be solved, and well, a more emotional thing to behold. And I'm guessing that this is meant to be like the escaped fugitive patient that was meant to be talked about in the newspaper. I mean, his face is kind of cut off, so you can't really recognize him, but yeah. I mean, you can't escape and, you know, explore 1984, or actually no, you can't explore 1980, the world, so yeah, you're pretty much stuck in here. But you do have puzzles to solve, as you can see, the entrance to the prison cells are blocked off, and yeah, since things aren't, well within decay, yeah, now we pretty much gotta solve some puzzles, but first, an excerpt from Bertram Wildberger, where it's here where we learn that, yes indeedy, he was the one that was orchestrating the pregnancies of Maria Wildberger. Why exactly? Well, because it was all in service of his god. Because he and his sect of the cult were apparently looking to bring to life a certain deity into the world. But yeah, basically they were looking for twins, and well, since Noah and his brother Methuselah had pretty much kicked the bucket at this point, well, yeah, they were kinda screwed over, so they needed Maria to make their plans complete. But of course, his experiments were failing because, well, Maria just didn't have the right stuff. I mean, why they didn't try this with other people is a bit of a curiosity, but there is a reason for that. And we'll be seeing that later. So yeah, there's not really much else to collect here, so it's time to solve a puzzle in a more traditional Silent Hill fashion. Pay attention to these messages, actually, because I mean, it's kind of similar to the door puzzle, you know, like the, you know, where you collected the Alice in Wonderland plate, so it's pretty much, you know, clouds on a sunny day, blue skies, liquid flowing from a slash wrist, whatever. And yeah, that's pretty much what you're meant to collect. Like, again, when they make reference to specific parts of the body, again, peonies, whites make my heart hurt, or, you know, something about to do with the head, too much breathing trouble, then yeah, that's pretty much the corresponding thing with the body, so get the right sequence and... Oh, that poor skeleton. We pressured him, and now he'll never forgive us. But yeah, we pretty much open the way to the pathway, and the path of the other path. Anyway, it's now time we have a strange reunion.
don't seem to be one of them.
One of them? What are you doing down here?
My grandfather and those men in suits locked me down in this cell. Please, miss, you have to help me get out of here.
Of course I'll help. Stay calm, okay? Everything will be all right. I promise.
Okay, miss.
Where are your parents?
My father is on a business trip. He should be back in a couple of days. And my mother was also captured by those men.
I'm so sorry. I'll get you out of here. First, we need to find a way to open the door.
What do you plan to do, miss? Those men in suits took the key with them, and I don't think it's a good idea that you get close to them.
I'm sure there's a way to get the lock off without using the key.
Please hurry. There isn't much time. We need to save Mother.
We'll get you out. Just wait a little longer.
Well then, it seems we have some acid that we could use on that lock, but that may take a few days. I mean, it is a bit slow acting, so who knows really. And again, I have absolutely no idea why this threw me off the trail, but initially on my first playthrough, I was kind of doubting myself in regards to what the true plot point actually was, but in terms of twists, I was actually initially thinking that Caroline might have actually been Maria Wildberger, but yeah, I don't know, especially given the previous line just before the cutscene ended with, you know, how Anna was pretty much saying, we gotta go rescue Mother, then wouldn't she recognize her mother's voice and appearance? Well, I mean, I don't know, there was a diary entry that kind of gave me a bit of conflict, but whatever. Cutscene go now.
What have you done to the lock, miss?
I poured some acid on it. The metal will eventually dissolve, but it will take some time.
I only hope that the acid works fast. There's almost no candle left.
You have to be patient, little one. Sooner or later, the lock will fall apart. For now, the best we can do is wait.
Thank you, miss.
What is your name, little one?
I'm Anna. Anna Wildberger. I live here in the hospital with my parents and my sister.
Have we met before?
Your face seems familiar, but I'm sure we've never seen each other before. Do you work in the hospital?
No, but I have this photograph. Are you one of these girls?
What? Why do you have this photograph?
I don't know, but I'm trying to figure it out. It was mailed to me a few weeks ago.
A few weeks ago? My father took that photo yesterday morning, just before he left for his trip. Why are you lying to me?
I swear I'm not lying. I'm telling the truth.
What do you want from me?
I just want to help you get out of here.
I'm not talking to you anymore. That acid was probably another lie to fool me. You never wanted to help me get out.
Anna, you have to listen to me. I need you to trust me. I am your friend.
I don't want to talk to you anymore.
Anna, listen to me.
God damn it, Anna, this is no time to be petulant.
I don't want to talk to you anymore.
That's not what the dialogue says. Voice actress, I think you might have went off the script, or rather the script was changed and they didn't bother to change it for the game. Whatever. By the way, you get a trophy for this point in the game, actually, called Frustration. Because apparently Anna is picky about her rescuers. I mean, she does have legitimate reason to distrust, Caroline, now that I think about it, considering the fact that adults put her in prison, and now she'll have trust issues forever, basically. Though at the same time, though, it really isn't much of an excuse to be picky about your rescuers. I mean, I certainly would have trusted Caroline much sooner than, well, her grandfather who imprisoned her there. But anyway, we have pretty much nothing else to do, but since that slow-acting acid would dissolve the lock in a few days, it seems that Anna might still be around here. So again, let's just go back to the cell and see if she's still around. And if not, well then she's probably hiding somewhere around the facility waiting for us to rescue her, or probably gotten out herself. Which, I mean, I suppose brings us to a point about tormented souls that, can be a little bit of a fucky plot detail that kinda does derail the story in a few aspects, but, time travel. It kind of works on a similar logic to time slides from Red Dwarf, which is the second time I'm referencing that today. But yeah, basically, you're limited. I mean, you can pretty much go back in time and change whatever you want, but you're limited to the area that you're stuck in, really. So, yeah, we just change the past, change the future, And now Anna is alive, and it seems that we've probably just made the journey a lot harder for ourselves, because if Caroline had never come here to begin with, then certain plot events wouldn't happen, and really, it does begin to make one wonder why exactly she was called here to begin with, because, well, let's just say that it takes two to tango. But you know what, I think I've probably spoiled a little bit too much there, so I'll stay my tongue for now. What is this? Anna! She is gone! Oh, and now we have a certain key, with several symbols related to the doors that we saw all the way back at the beginning of the game. And now we get another entry of diary reading, with an illustration, so it seems that Anna was quite the artist, taking after her mother. But yeah, this is pretty much her talking about what happened, so again, she's essentially explaining that, you know, how the hell did Caroline have a picture of her and her sister even though it was taken 2 days before, and, you know, her dad was already gone on a business trip, which she couldn't possibly have, leading to distrust, and basically, after the acid burns off the lock, she runs around the house and is hiding, waiting for rescue. But of course, it's important to bear in mind that this is pretty much like 20 to 30 years between now and 1994, so yeah, it seems that we might be too little too late in some aspects. But alas, the mystery deepens, and we've still got more things to explore, so now that we finally do have the key, we can finally open some doors, and maybe that will shed some light on the mystery behind the Wildberger conspiracy and the occultic influence of Bertram Wildberger, and the mystery of the Noah. Though, I mean, honestly, though, in terms of what I was mentioning beforehand, it did make me start second-guessing the twist. I mean, I will admit that I did kind of call it right at the beginning of the game as to what was going on, but, I don't know, this did throw me for a loop in thinking that Caroline was going to be, like, Maria Wildberger under some sort of, like, Silent Hill 2-esque repressed trauma kind of thing. And I mean, given some of the time travel shenanigans going on, I thought that maybe that might have been what they were leading towards, but yeah, unfortunately, things don't quite go as simply as you might think. But anyway, that's about all we have time for this part, so we're going to be having a save of the game, and next time it's pretty much going to be more spelunking down the hallway. And I'm surprised after they revealed, like, the trap knight cutting down trap things, that they didn't have those ones slammed down on you, but hey, small mercies, I guess. But in any case, I am Solidus-Skully, keeping new metal, I'm gonna go have a drink, and, well, see you next time for more Tormented Souls. Take us away, Caroline, this is your radio show, we're listening, good day, and good mental health.
After going through that strange projection, I found myself in a place I'm sure I have been before. But it was different, as if it was the same place at another time. It gave me a feeling I didn't belong. I discovered something terrible. A young girl locked in a cell. Who could do such a horrible thing to a child? There is a robust lock holding the cell door. I don't think I'll be able to locate the key, so I should find another way to open it. I have to get her out of there.